Good morning, one and all present here. I warmly welcome all the participants for this third day of the workshop, Industrial Automation using PLC. Now, I hand over the session to Engineer H. Ramanathan.
Good morning to one and all. The third day I meet you all. In the previous today's we are discussing about the introduction of PLCs, PLC architectures, and some manually operated switches and mechanically operated switches, and motors and motor controllers like starters like DOL starter and start and starter. These are basic ones. And relays and relays using logic gates. Yesterday we saw about the ladder diagram basics in the WPL software. In that we saw some logic gates examples and some of the arithmetic operations and data manipulation operations and timer, counter, there are a lot of instruction sets are there. But I go through the basic ones. First I go through this. First we work on this basic ones. Okay. And at the end of the day, I give one task to you all. That is how to use a single push button to on and off a coil using ladder diagram. That is the first press on and second press off. That's vice versa. Okay. I hope many of us are trying this. Okay. Uh, just I share my screen now. I hope all are visible my screen. Today I gave this task on how to use single push button to on and off a coil using that logic. I hope many of them train this. Anyway, I will just start with that task. Just we work out now. I open the software. Select the PLC. All PLC is yeah, single push button. Single push button means one output, one input and one output. Okay. When I press the input, the output will on. When I again press the same input, the output will off. When I again press the same input, the output will on. This is the concept. Okay. So here I draw it. This is the this is our single input. Here I commanded it. Uh, Here I use one memory coil. Yesterday I told about the memory coil. That's a dummy coil concept. Yesterday I told a dummy coil I given us first press. And the latching this input, the dummy coil. Then, then this dummy coil output there, our real field output will be on. Okay. So I just map this to the real field output. And once the dummy coil on, at the same time, this input will be goes to NC state. This is an off state. Once press means it's in indoor state. Once we release means it goes to in NC state, off state. So when it goes to off state, I again assign one dummy coil as M1, and here I latch it with M1. Then once I get this M1 and input is in on state. Input is in on state. Yeah, then another one, dummy coil. Is the second plus. As usual, here I latch to the coils. Once second plus will get, and input will be go to off state, that's the NC state. I again another one dummy coil, that's M3. But what the condition means, if F3 on, at the time M2 is not on. That's the condition. Same thing, when M2 on, when M1 on, that time M2 is not on. That's the condition. So, same thing for M0 also. Now, go to simulator mode. On the simulator mode, go to online, compile it. Now, our controller is in stop mode. I turn on to run mode. I give first press on, I release it. I give this second press, release it. Yeah, here we did one mistake. It was M3. Okay, we interlock to M3 to M2, M2 to M1 and M0. Okay. No again. First press down, off it. We give second press, it's off. Okay. I give the third press, it on. I release it. Fourth press, it off. Fifth press, it off. Okay. That's simple interlocking technique for within using a single push button. We on and off the same output current. Okay. Then we move on to DOL starter. Okay. DOL starter is simple one. Not much more. Just you note down it. Just take a snap. So mobile phone or anything. Okay. I will move on to DOL starter. DOL starter. What's the control wording of DOL starter? The basic structure, basic control wording. Yesterday we saw that the overload relay to the start push button to start, then start button to forward or reverse coil. Anything. Okay. So same thing. I put some coil, stop. Stop is the NC. Then I put it as next one. The forward. Okay. forward. The motor forward on. Same thing. Here I given us x2 reverse. Here I given us y1 motor reverse on. This is correct. I said this is wrong. Okay. Can you check it? We'll check. Supposed to run. Okay. Once the PLC goes run mode, normally PLC is there. Once I on, forward on. Okay. Once I off it, once I release it, it will off. So here the first mistake is latching mistake. We didn't do latching. Okay. So only I asked it. The second, it's on. I on the reverse also. It on. It's a blunder mistake. At the time of at this time, the same time we on the forward and reverse means the motor will the torque will produce somewhat high torque it will produce and it affect the stator winding and its temperature will increase automatically it tripped out and off it. Okay, so this is a blunder mistake. So how we correct it means first we use the latch first the right click and insert arrow. Okay, why not? Sorry, why not? Here I latch it. Then here wait one. Now we latched it. But one if I want the forward at the time reverse not on. Once you on the reverse, that time forward not on. Okay. So here I put the reverse coil NC for interlock purpose. Here I put the forward coil NC. Okay. When the reverse is off, that time only forward on. When the forward is off, that time only reverse on. Okay. Let me set it here. Okay. Come from first. I stop the PLC. Now the reverse is on. Down the reverse. Reverse is on. That time I on the forward means it does not on. Just safety. Okay. Once I want to on the forward means I stop it first. First I stop it. After that only I on the forward. Now forward is on. That time I on the reverse. Reverse is not on. Okay. So once I want on the reverse means I stop the motor. First I stop the motor. Okay. That only I on the forward. So this is the interlock between forward and reverse. This for the safety, motor safety. If you didn't give this interlock means the motor will be engaged forward and reverse and the torque need to go high and what happened to blast the winding. Okay. So this is the safety interlock. Just you note down or take a snapshot. Go to offline mode. Next one is start delta. Uh, start delta starter. Delete it. And go for start delta. Star delta. Totally we are using for forward and reverse. We are using source contactor. Main forward, main reverse, star contactor, delta contactor. In between we are using a timer also. Okay. Just listen it. First stop. Okay. The next one is forward on. One is stop coil. And next one is forward. Correct you. Reverse. Okay. At the time, two operations are done. One is main contactors forward on. That's one operation. Second one is main contactor reverse on. Okay. Then same thing, star contactor also on. Okay. When the star connector on, the timer is in NC and delta is in NC. On the main forward or reverse on, that time star connector also on. This is the condition. So first we on the when you on the forward or reverse, timer must be on. Okay, when you on the forward coil on. When you on the reverse coil on. At the same time, timer also on. Okay. So the next one. Here I add one timer. So I give us TMR. Here I add one timer. Okay, first condition, forward on, forward coil on, reverse coil on, both forward or reverse, anything on, timer must on. Okay. So next start connector on. After some time only delta on. So what's the condition of start connector? Timer is in off. Okay. When timer is in off condition, and delta coil. Okay, uh, delta coil take us feedback. We take us some one of the delta feedback. Take us X3. Yeah? Delta, I think. Take the output coil. We take not input. Output is QC. So we take Y3. Sir. Delta coil. Delta coil is on. Okay. Timer on. Delta coil is on. Then thing forward on. Main contactor on. Or reverse on. Main motor reverse contactor on. Main motor reverse on. Half coil on. Okay. This is the condition of start. Then we go for delta. Delta condition was what? When timer on, okay, star will be off. Select this one. Output is enough because both two interlock is not needed. Output is enough. Any one of this output is enough. Same thing here also. Main forward. Uh, Main reverse. Here, why I deleted means it's also not the issue, but not a necessary interlock. Okay. So here delta coil is on. Okay. Once again we review. Stop forward on, forward coil will on. Okay. Here we latch it. How we latch it means. Hmm, here we latch it. Then here also we put latching. And interlock. The same forward reverse interlock. The time of forward on, reverse not on. The time of reverse on, forward not on. Okay. The time of forward on, reverse not on. When reverse on, forward not on. So this is the interlock. Okay. Same interlock for forward reverse. Same. So once forward or reverse anything on, timer will be on. With the timer on, first initially timer is will be off. Okay. For the off condition, star will be on. Once the timer on, star will off and delta will be on. Okay. Condition go through here. Compile it. First, we go to start mode. We'll see the first we set the timer of the start. Here is set as 100. Now I on forward. Initially here star is on. Okay. Okay. Then what statement? We change one thing here. Put the point. Here also there's a latching input. So automatically once you release it means it's not working. Yeah, first I set the timer time. D naught is set some 100 seconds. Now what the consequence? First 100 seconds it will run in start mode. Then after that it will continue on delta. Just stay on. This is the push button. The time it's running in the start. Timer is going on. Once it reaches, it automatically switch over to delta. Okay. Once it reaches, it automatically switch over to delta time. Okay. At the same time, I on the reverse, but that's not on. Okay. It's the interlock, the basic interlock of forward reverse. So it's the star delta forward reverse concept. Okay. If you want to change the reverse means first you off it. Then only we move to reverse. In the reverse mode also same. Reverse, first start, then we switch over to delta. Okay. At the time of reverse, we on the forward coil not on. The condition is working fine. Okay. So this is the start delta forward reverse logic. It's not on it or take snap. I start the PLC and go to offline mode. Okay. These are some basic examples of ladder logic, some small examples of ladder logic. Other than that, I have a lot of tasks. There's some of the application tasks is there, but all examples workload it means it's not a full time concept. Not, time is not enough. So I share the application case studies document to Regan sir. Uh, just we go through once again we go through the PLC concepts and we move on to HMI. HMI is a human machine interface. Okay. Actually, the logic is the program is run beyond the PLC, but how we communicate with machine, how the man communicates with machine means the man directly not interfacing with the PLC and communicate with machine. That's what there is a human machine interface, that's HMI or SCADA. Mostly SCADA is used for For example, the entire factory control or entire the plant control or the entire the unit control. Uh, for that much only we go for SCADA because SCADA is very costly one. For each mission, I want to control only one mission. I want to control only one task. Means we didn't go for SCADA. We use the small HMI. Control the entire plant or entire unit, the whole unit only we go for SCADA. Okay. Control only one mission or one task means we go for HMI only. Just I go to the and just I review about something about HMI now. HMI that is not a much more logics are there compared to PLC. That's not much more logics are there. The only one challenging is communicate the PLC and HMI. That's only challenge. But the mostly it's a graphical development only. So graphical development in the sense actually each human has is different animative knowledge. Because for myself, I am animating differently. Somebody has animating something differently. So the HMA is that there's animative knowledge only, not much more logic beyond that. Okay, just I go through that. Today we saw about the that one push button logic. The first press on, the second press off, the third press on, the alternative press vice versa. Then we go through the DOL starter. In the DOL starter, the forward was interlock. Also we see that. Then we move on to star delta. Star delta also the forward is interlock. And first the star connect will be on. After the particular time, the delta connect will be on. That logic will go through. Then we move on to HMI. Okay. HMI, hope you download the HMI software as the DOP Soft 2.007. Okay, I will just open it. Just I give some intro about what are the objects in the HMI, how to use the objects. Okay. Just I give the intro about that's only. After that, the graphics development or this our individual own way. Okay. In HMI also some sizes are there. That's 4-inch HMI, 7-inch HMI, 10-inch. Based upon the application, based upon the project cost, you will choose it. Go to new and choose. These are the resolution HMI, the screen resolution. These are the HMI hardware model. These are the screen resolution. It's a text pad only. Yeah, like our mobile or a tab. Okay, our text pad only. These are the screen resolution. So I take the big screen. I take the 10-inch HMI. It's a 10-inch. Suppose I want 7-inch, going to 7-inch. And suppose I want to choose 4-inch. Yeah. Here, here the 4-inch, and here lesser than 4-inch. And okay, also 10-inch. Okay. 10-inch with resolution, high resolution. Okay. Based upon the application, based upon the task, we go for various resolution types. Okay. Then I will go to next. This is a COM code, communication code. Here, 3 COM codes are there, and 1 Ethernet ports are there. Okay. Better compare. Just you disconnect it first. Okay. Just connect it, and here the icon is new. Okay. If you want this, just delete it. If you want Ethernet, like this. So that you go for Ethernet. Ethernet is better because if you communicate serial port means you take one cable and serial port means it's a cross cable. We know how to connect serial communication. We make serial cable, state cable or cross cable. Okay. Normally it's a three-way system only. One wire is ground, two wires are straight, or two wires are crossed. That only. So sometimes you need a shielded cable only support. Normal cable you put it means is not support. So you want to purchase this sealed cable. Suppose you get this type of connector and the cable, and soldering means suppose you can't soldering well. Somewhat soldering will be happen good somewhat problem in soldering means it's not communicate, so it's a big headache. But not all HMI Ethernet port is available. For example, here I choose another one. Uh, Another one 7 inch I choose. Yes. Here Ethernet port is not available. Only serial port only. That time we can't do anything. We take a serial cable, serial connector, that the 9-pin connector, and this soldering only. Okay. But better we choose the Ethernet HMI means it's simple. We choose Ethernet HMI means it's simple. Just to disconnect. Okay. Ethernet HMI means it acts as a delta DVP TCP/IP. Okay, TCP/IP means let's say I told now some of the communication protocols, Ethernet TCP/IP, MARPA TCP/IP. This is the Ethernet TCP/IP. Okay. And HMI station. Already here the PLC station address we given as 1. Here HMI station address I given as 0. Station address, the node address I given as 0 to 255. This is the common station address. Commonly 250 station address only we connected in the single controller. Okay. But PLC station address, and HMI station address must be different. Okay, here also if you give one means it's not communicate. PLC and HMI is not communicate. Okay. And what PLC you want to communicate? Here this is the HMI settings, the HMI IP address. Okay. HMI port IP you set it, and IP and port here you set it, and you will communicate to which PLC, that PLC station address, and password. If you want to give password means you give it, or you just neglect it. That's no issue. Okay. But if you give password means you must memorize it. Otherwise, next time you can't open the HMI backup. Okay. Or the local host, the subnet mask. Yeah. This is the this IP address is the PLC IP address, not the HMI IP address. Okay. These are given the detail about the PLC IP address, not the HMI IP address. Suppose it's a Delta product. If you want to communicate with third party also available. Allen Bradley product also, Allen Bradley Ethernet IP driver also they are available. Takeoff available. Then FATAC, Presto, Danfoss. Okay, so third party also available. But now we are having Ethernet Delta DVP TCP. The HMI PLC. Now we set the this is this IP address is the PLC IP address. Now we set the local host. Okay, local host is the HMI. Okay, here we set the obtain an IP address automatically means this is a DHCP. Okay, it's a dynamic IP. Dynamic IP we won't use that. We use static IP. Okay. So here you set the IP address and the PLC is 1, HMI is 2. Okay. Next, finish. Yeah. This is the screen. And screen. This is the home screen. Here, screen name. If you want to change the screen name, you change it. Change it as home. Then screen properties. Screen properties you want to change. If you want to change the resolution or something, means here you want to change it. And this is the background color. You want to screen background color. Means if you want to change the background color, here background is changed. Okay. So you want to change another background color also. But the professional color is this one only. So I choose this. You want to change the screen properties from here. And here's are the elements, buttons, set reset, momentary, maintain, multi-state indicator, set value, increment, decrement, go to screen, previous page, and password table, set date and time. So here are the buttons, and here are the meters and bar graphs and pipelines, the pie graph, indicator, multi-state indicator, range indicator, display. In the display, the numeric display, character display, date display, time display, task input, numeric entry, character entry, barcode entry, okay. Then alarm history table, active alarm list, then sampling trend. These are the trends, some basic shape, polygon, triangle, pipe. Then some of the basic shapes are there. Mm, then sliders are also available. The unlock sliders are also available. Then list box also available. And these are tools. In the online simulation, yeah, online simulation not available because the controller not supported. Yeah, simulation they are not. Will simulate. Okay. Then if you want to add the screen means here you go to add the new screen, screen number 2. I set a screen number 2. Here I set up I recipes something. First I will see one by one buttons. Let's see the boundary button. State 0 or 1. Then text text for 0 state on on and sorry 0 state is off. 1 is on. You bold if you want I change the color of it. Okay. Color no issue. Here bold. Okay. And alignment. Okay, alignment also there. If you want to change the format, format. Page block. Then it will editing something. Searching times new over here. If you want to add the picture, means also you add the picture. Details, box data, coordinates, macros, coordinates. Here you choose the foreground color in off state. It will give us red. And for on state, will give us green. Okay. And address is a must. Read address. And Ethernet link is X, Y, M. These are the PLC address. Can I give us 0? Okay. And read address is same. And give us 0. Because the feedback will be given, so will be both. So on and off. And I use another one is go to screen. Go to screen button. And go to screen button is to go to the next screen. Okay. Here two screens are there. This is the first screen, this is the second screen. If I want to go to second screen means I press this button means it will be grow. Go. I choose one of the counters color and go to which screen. So I want to go to screen 2. Okay. Here I give us text. Next. And then mode. Change the color. White. I want to increase the size. Not size. Increase the size here. Okay. And I save it. Save it in the desktop. So, then I go to offline simulation. So it's not taken. Go. You will go. Okay. So why it's not taken means I give the PLC address, but now PLC is not in the communication. Okay. So I give the internal memory. Internal memory is not okay. Okay. Here PLC is not in communication. So we didn't see the color change of this one. Okay. What the message is told means you to Ethernet thing. Okay. And in the second screen, I give the buttoners previous page. Now I simulated. Saving. Go to next page. Once you press it goes to previous page. Okay. Same go to screen also use for here. Okay. Instead of previous button, I use the same go to screen. Go to screen here. Go to screen. I give us home screen. Save it. And go to offline simulation. Okay. So offline simulation. Then the bar graph. Bar graph. Bar graph. We not read this. We write only option. We set the maximum value, maximum limit, and minimum limit of the bar graph, and text coordinates also given. So these are the bar graphs and buttons like buttons without communicating with PLC buttons not located. Okay. These are the meters. This meter you can set it, the read address, okay, and the color of the grid. You want to change the color of the sketch or color of the grid that you change. If you want to change whether it's red color or yellow, you change it. Okay. And here also we set the ranges. We want set the set up to 1000. Well, that's not much. If I want to set a on that. Then data type, the word or double word, then memory format, BCD, and that will be given it. Then same meter, another one meter, this type of oval shape meter, and this type of round shape meter. But all our properties are same only. The shape only different, but all properties are same only. And lot of pipes. Uh, I close the screen manager and output. If you want, go to view and select the screen manager. Okay. Otherwise, you close it. These are the pipes. These are hopper and these are the piping joints for animation work. So these elements are there. Same thing they do for pie charts also. In pie chart, it's also same settings only, like this meter. The settings are settings and styles are same only. If you use foreground color, if you want to change foreground color, means you change it. Change it as green. Okay. So these are the various pie charts. It's a semi-circle. If you want this circle shape, that are various pie charts. The ring shape. I want to change the background color of the pie chart. Also, I want to change. Then continue in this screen. Then if you need a trend, the trend, yeah. It's a trend comparison. You want a trend comparison? You give the address here. give the address here and take the trend. Mostly for the motion control applications, we analyze the torque value, actual position, and actual velocity. We'll be analyzing using the trends only. So these are the trends, and that XY chart also there. Okay. For XY chart, we take the two parameters: horizontal address and vertical address. Okay. Number of samples to if we increase the number of samples also we show that's horizontal and vertical. Then let's say distribution. The XY distribution, XY and XY minimum and maximum we set it, and same X minimum X maximum set it, Y minimum Y maximum set it. So X address, Y address, then the control address we set it here. So the XY distribution, the curve input, the curve input we set. Add another one string. Then you go for display. There's a numeric display and the character display and the date display. Okay. For a numeric display, you give the read address. Display means just the read address only. We can't write it. Read address. Address we given same only. B or something. B or something. Okay. Characters means it's a string. Okay. You configure this in Word only. Then date. Date and date format it will take automatically. So the date display and time display. Time display format also is taken automatically. Then day of week. That also takes automatically. And there's not much more logic here. Then input, numeric input. Input in the sense we need address. Any one of the address. If you want to animate it, these also you want to animate it. Just you put the background as more dark, more as dark, background as yellow. And here also change the text. Here also we change the format, text format and text size and horizontal vertical alignments. Here also give it. Same here also. Change the border color and background color. Okay. For all things, we change the animated colors. But we want to change it, and text also we want to change it. Same here also. Change the format and change the background. We want to change the text. Then we add a character entry. Character entry also create some address, deregister. Right, but I don't know it's working or not because it's not connected with. Don't know this is working or not because it's not connected with PLC. Just I'm working with virtual only. Just a note. Barcode. The barcode address is given here. Address is the same. Okay. Now we just simulate it and check it. Here I will give the link to next screen. Go and just screen tab. Okay. Screen tab. Here I give the text as no size. Same thing in screen 3. Then I go to screen. I'm going to go to screen for home screen. Send the text. Just to simulate it. Yeah, it's address not. We require address. Without address we simulate it means it automatically shows error. Okay. So it needs the element address. So I get it all. Because now we have when I didn't connect with PLC, so I can't give any address here. Okay. I have a PLC means I will show you. For this, I give the same address. I give the D not no. There, same D2 I give it here. There I give a D2. Same D2 given here. The barcode. Next, next. Here I give the address value. Can't write it because we didn't communicate with the PLC. So it's called right. Once the address is mapped means it will enter. Okay, for the date and time and day, it will correctly. Here, my system did it different because of some software licensing issue. I changed the PC date and time here, so it shows some different date and time. Okay, uh, so here I change. Uh, so so only it's shows the different date and time here. Okay. Then I click to home screen means it automatically go to home screen and we close the simulator. Okay. And next one is sampling the historical trend. The historical trend. Then out of formats are there. Okay. So no need about this now. Just skip it. If you want to keep a, you arrange the keeper here. Okay. If you need another keeper type 2 with alphanumeric, another keeper. You want to another keeper. That's all. That's it. So we can't give any address because of offline purpose. So if you have any address means you will work it. Okay, keeper also customize the keys here. You customize all keys here. If I can also change the background, sort of things. Okay, then analog slider. The analog slider. Analog slider means it's not a digital 0 or 1s, it's an analog slider. Here also we do the write and read address, and if it's communicated with PLC means it will automatically work. So it's an analog slider and the list indication, the combo list box, yeah, list boxes, and basic shapes as a hexagon shape, hexagon shape, or a hexagon. And if you want rectangle, here also rectangle. If you want to text something, then text is, and the text will be aligned centrally, and size that will be done. If you go and go for automatic simulation, yeah, because of slider. The text will come here. Okay. So it is also from here. And next one is the basic. There's a line drawing. You have to draw the lion. You draw it like paint. Okay. You want to measure it means use this type of uh, measurement scale. So the measurement scale, you want to means you use it. And here you set the measurements values also. 0 to 10 means 0 to 10. 0 to 50 means 15. 0 to 100. 100. So find the measurement settings. So multimedia video also you can insert it. But now multimedia is not enabled because of licensing is here. Then alarm. Alarm means what's alarm? If anything happen in the machine or anything happen in the plant means uh, for safety. For example, if anything, some of the workers working under the machine, that time I put emergency. Emergency means I put the emergency but pressure means that alarm must be shown in the display. Otherwise, any one of the other person will switch on the machine means in the underground anybody working means it might be accident. Okay, so these are the alarms. So these are active alarms. Active alarm in the sense the present alarms are coming in the list. That time, date also we selected and display alarm from alarm group ID. That grouping also we given it. Same thing, alarm history also we given it. Alarm history table means active alarm means what the at the present active that alarm only display. Alarm history means 1 month alarms, 1 year alarms. So that much previous historical alarms also here is present. Then tools is a normal basic compile and this is the download and upload of upload screens to the HMI hardware. Okay. And it's a firmware update version. That's the one. This is the download and upload options to the hardware and HMI. And recipes also available. Recipes in the sense, I told a particular product, a single product, but they have lot of ingredients. Okay, that's a recipe. Particular product, but we have different ingredients. For example, um if you want to make bread, if you want to make a bread means that's maida flour is one of the ingredient, and baking soda is one of the ingredients, and baking powder is one of the ingredients, and sugar is one of the ingredients, salt is one of the ingredients. And likewise, for industry purpose only, if you want to take in pharma industry, if you want to prepare one tablet means in tablets somehow much more ingredients are there. In industry sector, in recipes, the ingredients is called as parameter. Okay. For example, if in the tire industry, we go means the tire size, the size of the tire, and the molding size, and pressure level of is for example 36 inch tire means that pressure level and temperature is somewhat different. Suppose 64 inch tire means um, that tire's pressure and temperature level is somewhat different. So that's are the ingredients. Then so that's are the recipes ingredients. Then password setting also here. This is a level of password and you set it for the password setting is not enough. So, then printer. This, for customized print. Actually, in the first screen, I showed three compounds and one Ethernet port. If you one Ethernet port is connected to PLC, means other three compounds are free. If you have any mathematics features, if you have any inside printer with serial communication, means it directly connected the HMI to printer and you take the logging data, the alarm logging data and audit information. You directly print it. These are the printer setups also available. And real-time clock and picture banks. Picture banks I didn't upload it here. Okay. Picture banks we create it also. We only create it. We upload the images and from Google Images or something. We upload images and here we upload it and save it means that images will be used in for further projects or something. Okay. So the macros is what we know. Just these are the basic elements of the they cover all the elements. Okay. Then multi-state, just say, and then the multi-state. So the multi-state means it's not only the zero on one state, other than zero on one state, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, lot of state like fuzzy logic. Okay. Not fuzzy logic in a sense, not itself, also fuzzy logic. Is the values in between the zeros ones. That's a 0, 0.25, 0.5, 0.151. Fuzzy logic. Same thing. Can multi-state and multi-state indicator. Multi-state and the multi-state indicator. Multi-state indicator is there. Same. Is also states are different. If you want to state count, I increase the state count as 20. I increase the state count as 20. I increase the state count as somewhat 5 or something. Okay. This is a multi-state indicator. It shows the in-between value of that. In-between value or here I choose the state count is about 10 here. Yeah, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I increase here the state count as the 50 states are there. So for each state we set one of the Boolean input. On each address, only one address only given. Beyond the one address, these different states are there. Likewise, fuzzy logic. Fuzzy logic itself 0 and 1 is the Boolean logic. Fuzzy logic means 0, 0.2, 0.3, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, and 1. These are intermediate states. But here I choose the data type as, but here the floating type data types is not supported. So it shows the integer only. But if we give the state code as 50 means from 0 to 50 states will be appear. Okay. Then okay, mostly I covered all things. Okay. These are the shapes. Okay. Mostly I covered all of the elements in the HMI. Like PLC in HMI, there is not much more logic setup. There's only the graphical level of development only. The graphical development in the sense it will be come from our own idea. Each will have the different animative ideas. Beyond this animative idea only we develop the development. So mostly the session goes to the end of the part. Just a review the last 3 days what we saw. The first day we saw about the PLC introduction and PLC architecture and PLC memory unit and uh, manually operated switches, mechanically operated switches, and communication protocols and switchgear items such as the MCB, MCCB, then MPCB, ELCB, RCCB, next switchgear items. The next relay logic. Using relay logic, we done some logic gates and the contact logic. Using contact logic, we will done dual starter and start delta starters. And we next move on the motor controllers. Motor controllers like dual starter, start delta starters only. Then second day, uh, we install the PLC and HMI software and the WPL software for PLC. In WPL software, how to handle the elements, the NO elements, NG elements, other thing. And we just see the logic gates using ladder diagram and arithmetic operations using ladder diagram and data manipulation operations using ladder diagrams and some of instructions, some of the basic instructions. A lot of instructions are there. So all instructions I am working is not that time. So some of the instructions we go through it in the second day. The second day, last section I gave a task also. In that day, first we give the result of the task. The task is using the simple push button. We off the in the first press we on the coil and second press off the coil. The third press on, vice versa. That logic we will discuss in today's session. And we start with dual starters ladder diagram in today's section and the start delta starters ladder diagram in today's section. Next, we move on to the HMI, the DOP the software. In the DOP software, we see how to add a new screen, how to switch over one screen to one screen, and how to use the maintain push button and momentary push button, how to the numerical display, numerical entry, character display, character entry, date, time, alarms, bar graphs, pie chart, and a lot of savings and like that last we saw about the multi-state indicators, the multi-state push button and multi-state indicators. And some mostly it covers some of the basic idea. Okay, but so I have a real face-to-face conversation with PLC and HMI equipment means you will understand somewhat fully. But in virtual session, have somewhat you get somewhat idea. If you understand not fully, means you have get some idea somewhere because one thing we don't know, nothing is better than something. So you have get something about this. I hopefully. You have opportunity to you will see face to face in your college premises means I'm ready to give training for you. This situation will be will you will see that then the last most I will give some case studies to you. Okay, so a lot of case studies are there under DVPL's applications, some basic programs and some timer examples, some communication science examples. Um, okay. These are one of the case study. Normally it shows the product in series. Control purpose detecting the standard bottles on the conveyor. Okay, conveyor pushing the fallen bottles. Okay, here what are the input I used and what are the output you use, and I here I give the description of the program I given. Just you try it in WPL soft. Uh, I want to give the diagram also, the conveyor diagram and something, but I have no time to draw this. Then the parallel connection, the light, in that another one case is setting up a lighting system for users to switch on off the light whether they are at the bottom or the top of the stairs. Okay. This is the application you normally two-way switch. If you go in downstairs one switch and upstairs one switch. In upstairs and downstairs you on the switch and if you go upstairs and off it. Okay. That's a simple mechanism. That description I will give here. Then next, rising edge pulse for one scan. Okay. Then these are the next one is controlling the running state of ceiling fan. Okay, these are the normal basic application only I give it. Ceiling fan. Stop and testing the ceiling fan. Ceiling fan application here I give it. An interlock circuit, the entry and exit of the parking lot in a single lane. Okay, by controlling the indicators, the program ensures that only one car passes through the entry or exit, so as to prevent car accident between entering and exit. Suppose there are different entry and exit gate means there's no problem. Suppose there are one gate and one entry, means in that one gate one entry you will put on manpower or security for seeing the entry and exit vehicles. But here without manpower, uh, in the entry and exit gate, just this alarm itself indicates if one car will be coming, it will indicate to another car, the entry car will become. So you will stop. So that much of alarm indications, the simple applications I given here. So this much of lot of applications I given here. Okay. So I align this document and I share it to Regan sir. To get from it and just work out this applications, this cases applications. If you have any doubt, if you approach Regan sir, through Regan sir, you will give mail to me. I will reply to you. I will reply to you and clarify your doubts. So these are the case studies. Here there is no much time to discuss about these all case studies here because of some time consumptions. So I share this document. Okay. These are the total workshop section. I think it's not completed. Next, I want to share about some of the opportunities in this our electronic, electrical and electronics oriented engineers and electrical and communication oriented engineers. Actually, in this field, the automation field, PLC, SCADA, field, there's a enormous opportunities in the field. Not only in Tamil Nadu, but globally, they have the enormous opportunities there. Every day industry need some of the automation engineers and another one hopeful actually for a job purpose we categorize in three sectors. The first sector is the uh, the topmost job as Indian engineering service examinations and public sector unit entry. Public sector is like well that much of so if you want to enter the public sector like new nuclear plant as well, something means if you clear the gates code. These are the tier one jobs. Then tier one jobs, initially itself you get the good salary, but competition is too high. Then tier two jobs is the jobs are available in optical communications, optical fiber optic communications and RF and microwaves, then signal processing area, semiconductor area, then ASIC, the application specific engineering area. These areas are tier two jobs. These areas somewhat get some medium, uh, uh, somewhat get medium salary. But in India, this opportunity is very low because, for example, we take the ASIC related jobs also. Semiconductor industry is not much more in India because in semiconductor industry we create one wafer. In all ICs is made up of wafer only. Create one wafer means the way in this wafer with single part that part will be the accord means the whole circuit is short circuited. Okay, so that much of clean environment, that much of environment is not in India. Some of the one or two semiconductor industries is only India, like Hyderabad and Bangalore only, not much more. So, but that type of industry is very less in India. Okay. So that sector is the automation sector. In the automation sector, the initial salary is somewhat low. because in tier 1 jobs, they get initially they will get nearly 10 lakh CDC means. Tier 2 sector, they will get nearly 6 to 7 lakhs means. In tier 3, somewhat get 3 to 2.5 to 3 lakh CDC only. But in tier 3, these are the automations and embedded systems and PCB board designing. These are enormous job opportunities are there. Like PCB board designing also, you take now some of doing the MSME opportunities. MSME means OPC companies, one person company. Some of the persons doing the OPC companies and doing the PCB board designing also. PCB board designing is not much tougher. They use the CAD and Lego or CAD and software just to draw the circuit, and you just give the circuit outsource. The ready-made machine is there for the board painting and soldering and assemble the component. The ready-made machine is there, and LabVIEW itself. Actually, LabVIEW itself is one of the SCADA. Actually, some of the industries use LabVIEW as a SCADA. Use LabVIEW as a SCADA. In the LabVIEW, one of the version is that's the NXT web model. LabVIEW NXT web model. But most of the people not use LabVIEW NXT web model. So normal they are using the NI component only they are using. But NXT web model is the one of the mini SCADA. Most of industries using the LabVIEW NXT web model because the LabVIEW NXT web model have lot of third-party drivers, Ethernet drivers, Ethernet TCP/IP drivers, Profinet drivers, Profibus drivers, lot of third-party drivers, and the NXT web model directly communicating to database engines like SQL, MS SQL, Google Cloud SQL, and MySQL. So the LabVIEW is an enormous software, and for LabVIEW engineers also lot of opportunities there. Because the normal SCADA, LabVIEW, the NIS LabVIEW SCADA is very cheaper also. So industries, most of this go to the LabVIEW. Then that's all. Uh, uh, again I say thanks to all my dear budding engineers, and again I thanks to all the staff members of Mother Teresa and all the staff members of SCAD, and I especially thanks to Regan sir and Livingston sir, and again once again I thanks to SCAD management. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So first of all, I would thank to the higher authority peoples of Saint Mother Teresa Engineering College for giving permission to conduct this online workshop, and I also thank our HOD for his great support, and I thank all the participants for maintaining their patience, and finally I thank Engineer H. Ramanathan for sharing his valuable time with us. Thank you once again. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.